What does it take for a prince to become a soldier, a governor, a nation builder, and ultimately one of the most respected military figures in Nigeria's history? How does a young boy born into royalty navigate the turbulent years of colonial rule, independence, military coups, civil war, and political transformation, while leaving behind a legacy that would endure long after his passing? Today, we journey through the remarkable life of Major General Hassan Usman Katsina, a man whose name became synonymous with service, leadership, discipline, and duty to Nigeria. This is the story of a royal son who answered the call of national service. Hassan Usman Katsina was born on Friday, the 31st of March 1933, in Katsina, in what was then the northern region of British Nigeria. He belonged to the Solabawa clan, one of the prominent Fulani lineages in northern Nigeria. More significantly, he was the son of His Royal Highness Alhaji Osman Negogo, the 48th Emir of Katsina, who ruled from 1944 to 1981, maintaining the Emirate's traditional authority through the era of British colonial influence and the transitions that followed Nigeria's independence. Growing up within a family deeply rooted in traditional leadership, Hassan was exposed from an early age to the values of responsibility, service, and public duty. These early influences would shape the character of the man he would become. He would later be known across Nigeria as Major General Hassan Usman Katsina, OFR. In 1944, Hassan began his formal education at Kankia Elementary School in Katsina. Afterward, he attended Katsina Middle School, where he continued to build the academic foundation that would prepare him for greater responsibilities. His educational journey then took him to Bewa College in Zaria, one of the most prestigious institutions in northern Nigeria. Bewa College produced many of the region's future leaders and public servants, and Hassan Usman Katsina was among those shaped by its rigorous standards and leadership culture. Following his secondary education, he proceeded to the Nigerian College of Arts, Science, and Technology in Zaria. He also attended the Institute of Administration, likewise located in Zaria. These institutions provided him with important knowledge in administration and the sciences before he eventually chose the path that would define much of his life, the military profession. Determined to become a professional officer, Hassan Usman Katsina received military training at some of the most respected institutions of the time. He trained at the Eton Hall Officer Cadet School in the United Kingdom. From there, he proceeded to the Royal Military Academy Sandhurst, the premier institution for the training of army officers. Upon returning to Nigeria, he continued his military education at the Nigerian Military Training College in Kaduna. These formative years provided him with a strong professional foundation. They instilled military discipline, strategic thinking, and leadership qualities while also connecting him with fellow officers who would later rise to positions of national prominence. The future military leader was now being forged. In 1959, Hassan Usman Katsina was commissioned as a second lieutenant in the Nigerian Army. His early military assignments reflected both competence and promise. He served with the 2 Brigade Transport Company. He later became aide-de-camp to the general officer commanding the Royal Nigerian Army. He also served with the 2nd Battalion and the 5th Battalion of the Nigerian Army. In the early 1960s, Nigeria contributed troops to the United Nations peacekeeping mission in the Congo. During this important international assignment, Hassan Usman Katsina served as a staff officer for the 3rd Brigade. The experience exposed him to multinational military operations and further broadened his professional outlook. By 1965, he had risen to command the Recce Regiment. Before the military coups of 1966, he held the rank of major and commanded the 1st Reconnaissance Squadron in Kaduna. His rise through the ranks was steady and distinguished. Nigeria entered one of the most turbulent periods in its history in January 1966. On January 17, 1966, following the assassination of the Sardauna of Sokoto, Sir Ahmadu Bello, by the coup plotters of 1966, Lieutenant Colonel Hassan Usman Katsina became the military governor of the northern province of Nigeria. He assumed leadership at a time of uncertainty, tension, and political upheaval. His administration would play a significant role during a critical transition in Nigeria's political evolution. According to historian Roman Loimeyer, Katsina headed the Interim Common Services Agency. This agency was established to oversee the distribution and management of the former northern region's collective resources within the emerging decentralized political and economic framework. Loimaya also notes that several influential figures served within Katsina's administration. Among them were Ali Akilu, who would later play an important role in the creation of states in northern Nigeria, as well as Ibrahim Dasuki and Sunday Aweniyi. Scholar Emmanuel Aikidogo observes that Hassan Usman Katsina sought to strengthen the relationship between his administration and the traditional emirate institutions. He viewed the emirs as an important source of legitimacy and support for the new government. Udogo argues that Katsina came close to restoring aspects of the colonial-era native authority system, under which emirs exercised substantial administrative influence. At the same time, Katsina publicly committed himself to reforms of native administration and local government structures. This reflected his effort to balance traditional authority with administrative modernization. It was a delicate task in a rapidly changing political environment. Years later, Hassan Usman Katsina would continue to play an important role within Nigeria's military establishment. His contribution during the Nigerian Civil War earned recognition from colleagues and military historians alike. Speaking as special guest at the second edition of the late General Hassan Usman Katsina Memorial Conference, held in Kaduna on Saturday 6 December 2025, General Alani Ekarinhade, a former Chief of Army Staff, offered a detailed reflection on Katsina's service. He stated, "General Hassan Usman Katsina served the wartime army with distinction and calm authority. He was firm, just and unswerving in his commitment to upholding the territorial integrity of the nation." General Ekarinhade further noted that as army boss, General Katsina supervised an ambitious and rapid expansion program of the armed forces. This expansion provided the military with the manpower and capacity needed during the conflict. He also ensured that officers and soldiers serving on the war fronts received their entitlements promptly. Following the end of the Civil War, and working closely with his superiors at the Supreme Headquarters, General Katsina pioneered a large-scale resettlement and retraining program for military personnel, particularly those requiring rehabilitation and reorientation to civilian life. His concern extended beyond wartime success. He also focused on the welfare and future of the men who had served. Afterward, Hassan Usman Katsina attended Staff College to further strengthen his professional expertise. Upon his return, he was appointed Deputy Chief of Staff at the Supreme Headquarters. This appointment represented one of the highest points of his distinguished military career. It was from this position that his service eventually came to an end in July 1975, following the ouster of the Gowon administration. By then, he had already established himself as one of the most influential military figures of his generation. Even after his military career, General Hassan Usman Katsina remained active in national affairs. He became involved in the formation of political organizations, including the National Party of Nigeria and the Committee of Concerned Citizens. His commitment to public service continued beyond the barracks. He was also deeply involved in the sport of polo. General Katsina served as president of the Nigerian Polo Association. This position carried special significance because his father, Emir Usman Nagogo, was recognized as the life president of the association and is widely regarded as a pioneer of polo in Nigeria. Through this role, General Katsina helped sustain a sporting tradition closely linked to his family's legacy. Then came a day of profound loss. On Monday, the 24th of July 1995, General Hassan Usman Katsina passed away in Kaduna. Nigeria lost a soldier. Northern Nigeria lost a statesman. The military lost a respected commander. And countless people lost a leader whose life had been dedicated to service. Though his voice fell silent, the impact of his contributions did not. His legacy continued to live on through the institutions he helped shape, the soldiers he mentored, and the nation he served with unwavering dedication. If you are enjoying stories that preserve Nigeria's history and honor the men and women who shaped our nation, take a moment to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss another powerful historical documentary. Also share this video with family and friends so that more people can learn about the remarkable life of General Hassan Usman Katsina. Today, the memory of General Hassan Usman Katsina endures through places that bear his name, including Hassan Usman Katsina Polytechnic and Hassan Katsina House in Kaduna. But perhaps his greatest monument is not a building. It is the example he left behind. A life shaped by duty. A career defined by service. A leader who carried the values of his heritage into the service of an entire nation. From the royal court of Katsina to the highest levels of military leadership, Hassan Usman Katsina's journey reminds us that true greatness is measured not by power alone, but by the impact one leaves on others. His story remains a chapter in Nigeria's history that deserves to be remembered. May his legacy continue to inspire generations yet unborn. Thank you for watching.